to avoid the face-to-face teaching. So we are down to radio-based or TVBI and the modular in teaching the students. So as much as possible, I've um, I've decided to teach in a way that it can be viewed online, and also at the same time the students will be able to follow using their modules. So this is just okay, so if I'm going to teach online, I will always start with a prayer. So first and foremost is a prayer. Okay, the second one is, of course, even though not all of the students are able to go online, we still need to check their attendance. So given that our scenario today is in Laa, not all areas or barangays have internet connection, but still, if it is recorded, the students will be able to view the lesson that you have presented. Okay, next is, of course, we should remind them about the health precautions. Okay, we should remind them about to wash their hands, to gargle, and then use their alcohol base to sanitize their hands, and to cover their mouth. So we should always remind them, even though they are inside their house, they should still observe these health protocols, especially if they are going to go out, even though nala sila silang neighborhood, even though they are in their neighborhood, it is still need to remind them about the health precautions. Just a simple reminder. Then I will start with the motivational part of my lesson, in which I'm going to ask them all about what is the picture all about. The first picture. And the second picture is this one. So, to follow since the students now are more of visual and auditory, we cannot come up with group or kind of face-to-face conversation with them to talk about what is in the picture. So, in that way, by showing these images, they will come up with an imagery. What is the connection between the first picture and the second one? Okay, so what do you think, teachers? First picture is about letters. The second one is about this. What is the similarities? Is it okay? Mutan ako. So, in communication, we use this. It can be written, words, or we can listen. In this picture, we also understood what is in the picture, right? This one, emoticons, various emotion. So if there is if you are happy about the message, it is. Diba? This is a warning. This is a book. Imagery. This is an example of an imagery. And this is also bodily gestures. So, before I'm going to present the lesson, in this one, I'm going to, feed the students' mind what would be the lesson today. They will have a hint or a clue. So, in this part, just, lang ganing pampagana lang. So, are you ready to learn? Na. Okay. I will present now the objectives of my lesson. So, at the end of this session, the students will be able to first identify the elements of multimodals. Okay? Second, transpose emojis into plain text or words. Na dito ang emojis na nakita na sa second picture. Next is, create a script for presentation using images presented. So my topic is all about multimodal and its elements. When we say multimodal, it means that communication may vary not just in words, not just in letters, but also in pictures. Okay, so this topic is in line with the competency, this composed text, which include multimodal elements. So, this part, I will start the lesson with an activity. So So as I have said, since limited man tayo because of the COVID-19 and the health protocols, I decided that the activity is just a picture or movie interpretation. This activity can be found in their module. Okay, so first one, instruction on a one whole sheet of paper. Give the proper meaning or interpretation of the given emojis. The example here is a broken heart and a clock. So that would be break time. So these are the rest of the activity. So I will give appropriate time for the items. Just this. For number 6 and 7, this is just a 10-item activity. Then, of course, we will not forget to let them check their work. I will, in this part, I'm going to ask, are you ready? So at least if you are online, the student will argue, Ma'am, can you go back to item number 6 and 10? To 10? Then, balik ka naman. So if they are ready, do not forget to ask them if you're ready, students, or not. Especially katong mga, there are areas that have a weak signal. So, manadyan, ma'am, loading pa, ma'am. Di pa may kakita, ma'am. Okay. Of course, the checking part. Let them check their work. So, number 1, running late. 2, good luck. 3, party time. 4, be quiet. 5, you go, girl. 6, see you soon. 7, be on time. 8, no monkey business. 9, laughing out loud. And 10, call you today. So with just the use of pictures, that is the purpose of multimodal. So in this part, I will have the analysis part on my lesson. I'm going to ask the question, these following questions to the students. So the question is, what have you observed in the activity? Do you have a hard time answering the items? Of course, if you're not familiar with the use of emojis and pictures, you will have a hard time decoding the message of the pictures. Which item do you find it hard to understand? 4, have you ever sent a message containing only pictures? How about as teachers? Nakasend na ba ta? To our colleagues, friends, nga pictures lang? Okay, of course. Most of us are fond of using emojis. So what do you think is multimodal is about? So since I've already introduced earlier the topic, so in that activity, I'm going to ask them, what is multimodal? So at least, through the first picture, the first 2 pictures, and the activity all about, the students will have an idea what is multimodal, which is the core of my lesson. So let's discuss. So in here, I was going to say that they can read the passage on their module. So I have already said you may refer to your module on page 5 to 7. So since the copy is already at their hand, they're only just to scan their modules. Communication, elements of multimodal text. So I'm just going through these features. There are actually 5 modes. The visual mode, very familiar tani because of the signs, warning signs, traffic signs, the emojis, all of those are actually under the visual mode. This. Not only this, the emojis also included. But there are times that the multimodal can be found in just one picture. Oral or audio mode. So it is the listening type. In this part, focus on the sound, including not limited to music, sound effects, ambient noises, silence, tone of voice, and spoken language, volume of sound, emphasis, and accent. Example of this one is the sona of our President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, 2020 na address niya. Na ako'y audio. This is just, siguro mga ano lang to. Highlights of his sona. Not necessarily na live good magkuha ng bata. Oral or audio mode is actually on the recorded part. Recorded part siya nga dapat madikot sa bata. Unsay ka ng unsay kay emotion na ginapakita sa atong president during the time that they will listen to his song. Okay, next is gestural mode. Of course, the pictures kanina, yung parang happy, yung mga group of people na happy sila, that is also considered as gestural. And also this one, this kind of emoji. As I have said, on the pictures, di lang siya limited to one mode. Pictures may have this gestural mode. This one. This shows confused. Okay, so this is just not a visual mode. Pwede din siya gestural mode. Okay, this one, they are happy, peace, okay. Just a greeting. So linguistic, ability to letters and no. Not limited to the spoken and writing, but also on how you are going to arrange your words, organization of words into sentences. So linguistic, not all about just informal, but also informal. This is research, story, and of course, here, mga almanac, dictionary. Spatial mode, this is all about the spaces. Traditional, this part. If you saw a picture of people with social distancing in line, that is also considered a spatial mode. Spatial. Then, this is in contrast with spatial mode, but still there is a space between. Even though this part, the traditional part is all about the teacher is like an authoritarian rather, but nowadays we promoted this one, just an observer or facilitator, which is also the centered type of classroom for today. So, second activity, siguro this is the part of the application. Still an image, perception, or pictures, given that we are not allowed to have the students group. Okay? This one, they are just going to determine what type of modes used in this picture. So what do you think, teachers? Number one, what type of mode kaya? What type of mode? There are soldiers, lining, spatial, that is correct. Spatial mode. This two. Number two is? This is a warning. What type of mode? Visual. Then the second one, all about linguistic. Then, of course, it can be both visual and gestural. Next, 5, spatial. And there is also, here, this is just another item. Last item is number 10. So, of course, I'm going to ask the student if they are ready. So, we will proceed to the check-in. Next this is now my assessment time. Okay. Assessment time pala. Okay, on a one whole sheet of paper, write the script for a presentation using the images provided below to prevent the spread of COVID-19 virus. Refer to your module on page 11. So they're going to make a script, just a script, using the images. Insert these images to their script. So since this one will be provided to their module, they may make use their time, convenient time, on how to formulate this one. So mahulog na lang po siya, nga kanaganin, dili nila ma-finish on that time. But at least, if there are questions, you can entertain them during the period of your online
research.
Not just this one, but also this. Ipoko lang na ko siya kayo. Pastas dyan ang image or picture. Next, their guide in writing the script is the rubrics, which is also found in their module. Below lang yun siya sa picture sa first, second name. So naa dito sa ilang module mo. Refer gyud sila permanently sa ilang module sa ako ang ano. Here is their rubrics. So rubrics are important because they are able to have the guide on how they are going to their basis on what is the content of their script, and at the same time kung sa ilang bantayanan during that drafting. So their part of submission on their papers is during also of the submission of the modules. Just instruct them na insert lang ilang papel dito sa lang. Next is their assignment. On your module, each subject will serve as your assignment. Okay? Read and answer
wala
the
may
question in
changes
your
sa-
knowledge of the topic discussed. Use the clean sheet of paper, one whole for your answers. Write the letter of your choice. This part, their assignment is just found on the module. That would be all. Topic discussed. Use the clean sheet of paper, one whole for your answers. Write the letter of your choice. This part, their assignment is just found on the module. That would be all.